Okay. Yeah, we can push him to the end of the line. Mr. Is it Kevin McKinney?
Yes, Your Honor.
You refused?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and sign he waived his presence.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Ty Summers.
Good morning.
Good morning. While we have Ms. Munoz, would we be able to check on the status of Rivera's pretrial services report?
I'm actually working on his or hers right now, and I'll have it available in like 5 minutes.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Morning.
All right. Good morning. If you could please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Eric Archibald, 11/6/1985.
Thank you, Mr. Archibald. Good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based misdemeanor complaint alleging domestic violence assault and domestic violence disorderly conduct from yesterday evening. Just a reminder, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. I'm going to take a look here at some. I'm going to take a look here at some information for you. All right, Mr. Archibald, I've looked in your file. I see here you're already on release in a felony domestic violence assault
Okay.
case.
Yeah,
Hang on,
took
sir.
a
Again, anything you say is not only not confidential or privileged, it's also being broadcast on YouTube, so you probably want to watch anything you're going to say. I'm just going to tell you right now, sir, I have some concerns about the safety of the alleged victim. I have some concerns about your likeliness to appear at a court hearing. So because of that, I am going to impose a bond on you. It'll be $2,000 cash. I'm going to appoint you an attorney. That'll be Mr. Christian Salter. He will be representing you in this matter, and I'm going to set a hearing for you. That'll be on December the 1st at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Foreman here at the Justice Court. If you're still in custody at that time, you'll be seen by Judge Foreman remotely the same way you're appearing in front of me right now. I'll enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to these charges and further advise you that you are presumed innocent and the state bears the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent, and the burden of proving otherwise, again, is on the state. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your case, to include that trial, they could proceed in your absence, new charges could be filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Lastly, if you're found guilty at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days due to your own absence, then you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. Do you understand all of that, sir?
yes, sir.
All right, sir, that's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Okay.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Isaiah Blumenkron, 09/28/06.
Mr. Blumenkron, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on several charges of domestic violence, misdemeanor domestic violence, disorderly conduct, allegedly occurring earlier today.
Yes,
To
sir.
remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. I'm just going to take a look here at a report that was provided by pretrial services. I know the charges, but I need to get some more information about you, okay? So bear with me for 1 minute. Okay. All right, so it doesn't appear you're being held on any other matter, and the alleged victims provided input. They collectively do not object to your being released from custody, and they would like to have further contact with you. So based on all of that, I'm going to set a hearing for you. It's called an arraignment. It's where you'll be formally notified of your charges and your rights. That'll be on December the 8th at 10:30 in the morning in front of Judge Victoria Steele at the Pima County Justice Court. Do you know where that courthouse is?
Yeah, I do.
If I
Yes,
release-
sir.
Thank you. If I release you from custody, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing?
Yes, sir.
Then I'm going to release you on that promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs and that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. I'm not going to order that you not have any contact with the alleged victims based on their expressions, their expressed desires. However, I need to advise you that any contact you have with them needs to be peaceful, needs to be respectful, and if they decide that they don't wish to have any more contact with you, you need to leave the area. Do you understand?
Of course.
All right. And that's all I have for you, sir. You'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend your hearings. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. King.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Ryan Patrick King, 6/10/95.
And good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning on several matters. We'll go through each one of them in turn. I believe there is an alleged victim on the line. I will get to the gentleman in just a minute, but the first matter is a criminal complaint in the Pima County Justice Court alleging one count of domestic violence, criminal trespass in the first degree, one count of failing to comply with the court order, and then you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it appears to be about 8 cases in the Tucson City Court alleging, among other things, disorderly conduct, criminal trespass in the third degree, consuming liquor in public, shoplifting, interfering with judicial proceedings, criminal trespass in the second degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal damage, and an count of misdemeanor arson. Just a reminder, you do have the right to remain silent, again, and anything you say can be held against you. I have taken a look at a pretrial services report for you. I've seen all of the charges. I do see you're a 5 and a 6 on the NCAA FTA scales. And is it Mr. Patrick King? Are you on the line, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, sir. My name is Judge Rudy Padilla. I'm presiding over the session of initial appearances. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether or not a defendant will be released from custody, and if so, under what conditions. This is not a hearing where we discuss the facts of the case, guilt, innocence, trials, plea bargains, anything like that. This is merely to decide whether or not, so that I can decide whether or not a defendant will be released and what conditions will apply if they are released. So if you have any input, I have again read the input you gave to pretrial services. So I will take that into consideration, but if there's anything additional you'd like me to know, please feel free to speak up at this time.
Your Honor, I don't know if this is within your realm today, but is it possible to, rather than release him, to have him taken to the CRC for treatment? He's been there before, approximately a year ago, and saw some doctors for his drug and alcohol, and was prescribed medicines, which he refused and discharged himself after 4 days, maybe 5. And we were very close to success there, and I was wondering if that was an option for you at this point.
No, I don't believe it's going to be an option for me at this point. I'm simply going to be able to decide whether or not he'll be released from custody or held on a bond. Whether or not he'll be
I would
transferred.
prefer he be held on a bond. Okay.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, Mr. King. I'm sorry, Ryan King. In reviewing all the matters, I do have some concerns about both your ability to appear at future hearings as well as the safety of the alleged victim, especially given the fact that there is an active order of protection which appears to have allegedly been violated. So
I need somewhere to sleep.
I'm going to impose a bond in the misdemeanor matter from the city, or from, sorry, the Justice Court of $750 cash and secured. And I'm going to appoint Mr. Christian Salter to represent you. His phone number will be in the paperwork from this hearing. And I'm going to set an expedited hearing for you on, December the 1st at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Foreman. I'll enter pleas on your behalf to this charge. And again, advise you that in addition to your right to counsel and to remain silent, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent and the state has the responsibility of proving otherwise. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your case, to include that trial, they could proceed in your absence, new charges could be filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days due to your own absence, then you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. And on the several 8 misdemeanor cases in the city court, again, I likewise have some concerns, so I will impose a bond of $750 cash or secured. I'm going to set a hearing for you on December the 5th at 1:45 in front of Judge Jerry Hale at the Tucson City Court, and I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you in these matters. All right, sir. That's all I have for you, Mr. King. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Still on the line.
Thank you, King. Mr. King, if you're still online, you're welcome to remain. If you wish to observe the rest of the IA hearings, I just ask you remain muted. Otherwise, you can feel free to disconnect at this time.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning. My name is Andre Williams, and my date of birth is 2/12/05.
Mr. Williams, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. Grab that on file. I'm sorry, one second. Williams.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was speaking with my clerk. Which is not a file that I have in front of me. One and 101. Number 6. Sorry, so we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Just bear with us for 1 minute. I think that's 9. Thirteen, 14.
You give it to me.
Oh. Okay, thank you. My apologies, sir. All right. All right. All right, sir. You are being seen here this morning based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest. And from Judge David Miller at Pima County Justice Court, related to charges of threats and intimidation, shoplifting, disorderly conduct, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor from May of 2024. You also have new charges of shoplifting and possession of drug paraphernalia from yesterday evening. And lastly, you have a city court case involving charges of criminal trespass, resisting arrest, possession of drug paraphernalia, and repeats of the same. To remind you, do you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you? Take a look here. I'm sorry, it also appears you have a warrant in the Marana City Court for charges of shoplifting and possession of drug paraphernalia. All right, sir, on the Marana matter, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf to the charges. And I'm going to set a hearing for you on January the 7th at 10 a.m. If I release you from custody, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing?
I promise.
I'm going to release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not go back to wherever this incident allegedly occurred. Again, that hearing is going to be on January 7th at 10 a.m.
Okay.
On your Pima County Justice Court matter, you already have an attorney representing you in that matter, Mr. Adam Waters. I'll retain him on the matter and then set another hearing for you on December the 18th at 9:30 in the morning. I'm going to order that you not contact the alleged victim in this case, to include going to where they work or live. And on your city court matters, I'm going to set a hearing for you for December the 17th in front of Judge Verena at the Tucson City Court.
Okay.
I'm going to order you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not go back to wherever any of these incidents allegedly occurred.
Understood,
So you
sir.
got 3 different cases in 3 different courtrooms on 3 different days. Please keep track of the paperwork, and please do not miss any hearings in any of these cases. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest, and you can end up right back where you are. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Okay. Thank you.
For that. Oh, I handed it because I thought it was part of it. Never mind. I figured it out. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Gary Lynn Middleton Hogan, February 16th, 1973. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hogan. Good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on 2 charges of misdemeanor domestic violence assault and misdemeanor domestic violence disorderly conduct allegedly occurring yesterday afternoon. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm going to take a look here at your pretrial services report. I reviewed it previously, but just want to make sure I'm tracking on the exact information. Ms. Hogan, do you have somewhere else you can reside for the time being away from your spouse?
Yes, they actually filed the order of protection on him yesterday, and my father's at that residence. I've had an order of protection waiting to be served since August, and they finally served it to my husband yesterday.
Okay. So just to answer my question, you have somewhere else you can live for the time being? Somewhere
Yeah.
away from your spouse, is that correct?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay. Then I don't believe you're being held on any other matter, and I don't see a reason to hold you. So I'm going to set a hearing for you on January the 6th at 1:30 in front of Judge Wendy Millian at the Tucson City Court. The Can you promise me you will appear at that hearing if I release you from custody?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'll release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that you have absolutely no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or reside. If there are any personal belongings at the victim's residence that you need to collect, I'll allow you to gather them with a police escort. So if you want to get any stuff that belongs to you where he's living, you're going to have to contact police, have them escort you to the residence, collect your belongings, and then leave with them. Do you understand? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And that's all I have, ma'am. You'll be released. Please make sure and attend all your hearings. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Thank you.
Any blessings.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full
Morning.
name and date of birth?
Abdiaziz Abdi Mohammed, 06/05/1997.
All right, sir. Good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance.
Uh-huh.
You're being seen here this morning based on charges of shoplifting and possession of drug paraphernalia from yesterday afternoon.
Uh-huh.
We also have a city court case involving resisting arrest and possession of drug paraphernalia from October. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you.
Uh-huh.
Leave. These are the only charges that you are currently pending on.
I was unaware of any 4-day being set, bro.
Hang on, sir. Again, anything you tell me, not privileged, not private, and this is being broadcast on the internet. So you probably want to be careful about what you say and what you don't. I'm just gonna set a couple court hearings for you so you can hopefully get these things resolved, okay, and hopefully get out of custody. The first hearing I'm going to set for you is on December the 8th at 8:30 in the morning at the Pima County Justice Court. Do you know where that courthouse is?
I don't.
Okay. It's at 240 North Stone in downtown Tucson. Do you know where downtown Tucson is?
Yes, right about so on the by the bus station area.
Yes. If I release you from custody, will you promise me you will appear at the courthouse in downtown Tucson on December the 8th?
I have a sister that's gonna put it on GPS map and drive me over there.
Okay, so that yes, my question?
Yes.
Thank you. Then I will release you from custody on your promise to appear. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not return to wherever this incident allegedly occurred. And on your
Uh-huh.
misdemeanor city court matter, I'm going to set a separate hearing for you on December the 22nd at
Uh-huh.
9:30 in the morning in front of
Yeah.
Jerry Hale at the Tucson City Court. That's also in
Uh-huh.
downtown Tucson.
So is it Supreme Court or Justice Court? The second one.
Your first case is in the Pima County Justice Court at
Uh-huh.
240 North Stone.
Uh-huh.
The second case is in the Tucson City Court, which is also
Uh-huh.
in downtown Tucson on East Alameda Street.
Would it have quick question? Would it have the address on the piece of paper that you're gonna provide me with?
Yes, it will.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Again, sir, your first hearing is going to be on December the 8th, and I'm going to set your
All right.
second hearing for December the 22nd. You need to
Yeah.
appear at both hearings, otherwise a warrant could issue for your arrest, and you can end up right back in custody. You understand that?
Uh-huh. Yes, sir.
And that's all I have for you, sir. You'll be released later today.
Uh-huh.
Good luck.
All right. All I did. Never got a photo, and I've never need my number. Happening, your Mesa and Bell. Bell. Into another participant.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning. E. Michael Abney, 12/30/02.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Abney. Good morning. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen this morning based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by the Pinal County Superior Court. And this relates to charges of felony aggravated assault and misdemeanor DUI, allegedly occurring on April the 25th, 2023. Remind you, do you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. In this matter, I'm going to honor the warrant request of $10,000 bond. That'll be cash or secured. We will contact the Pinal County Superior Court to let them know that you are in our custody and give them an opportunity to transport you. I'm going to set a review hearing for you in this matter on December the 29th at 9 a.m. This is just a placeholder so that we can keep track of your case and make sure you're not slipping through the cracks, okay? But for now, you're going to remain in custody until Pinal arrives to take you back up to Florence so you can hopefully resolve this matter, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much, sir. You're excused.
Hey,
Mehta.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Antonio Jose Meta, January 28, 1988.
Mr. Armenta, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on two different matters. The first that we're going to go over is a felony complaint alleging several charges, including possession of a dangerous drug for sale, possession of a narcotic drug for sale, possession of drug paraphernalia, misconduct involving a weapon, possession of, that's it. And the second matter involves a warrant issued by the Marana City Court involving a failure to appear on a possession of, looks like possession of drug paraphernalia matter. Remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on your felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, I've reviewed the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. Pretrial services had Mr. Armenta as a 5 and a 5 on the NCAA scales. Didn't have any other holds noted. There appears to be somewhat of a discrepancy with living situation. I believe the defendant stated he was living at one address with his mother, but that couldn't be verified through a third party, and Department of Transportation has a separate address as of July of this year. And there is two prior felony convictions for to be substantially the same type of offenses. State's recommendation is $5,000 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Your Honor, the state is recommending a bond in this case, primarily on the fact two things. Danger to the community, because this is there's evidence of this being for sale. It involves fentanyl, which is extremely dangerous in the community, and then adding to that the possession of the weapons during drug offenses, in addition to his 5 and 5 on the risk assessment tools.
All right, thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, I would ask for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond for Mr. Armenta. I'll note that he is a lifelong resident. He's currently unemployed. This isn't a violent offense. There's no evidence of any brandishing or use of the weapon. He has no violent priors, and he is presumed innocent until proven guilty. For those reasons, I would ask for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond in his case.
All right, thank you. I'm going to impose a $2,500 cash bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll order Mr. Armenta not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs or possess any firearms or weapons, and that any firearms he may have in his possession be surrendered to law enforcement within 48 hours of release. And I'm going to set the preliminary hearing for December the 8th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And on the Marana Court matter, I'll set a little bit more delayed hearing. That'll be on January the 7th at 10 a.m. We will advise them that Mr. Armenta is currently being held. However, if Mr. Armenta, you are released, if you are able to post bond or your conditions of release are modified to allow you to be released, you need to appear in person at the Marana City Court on January the 7th. Do you understand? All right, sir. Then that's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Is it here?
Bell, Mr. Bell?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Donovan Bell, 10/12/69.
All right, Mr. Bell, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on a charge of domestic violence endangerment, allegedly occurring yesterday. Just remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, taking a look at the pretrial services report for Mr. Bell, as well as the interim complaint in the state's recommendation. Pretrial services reported back that the alleged victim, through their representative, would like to have further contact with Mr. Bell and does not object to his release. One prior felony conviction from 1993, excuse me. State's recommendation is for pretrial services release. Anything else to add from the state?
I guess I would just clarify or confirm for the record that the reasons that offered or suggested pretrial services in this case are based on the unique circumstances of the case, and it appears that the victim will be safe, has someone else to care for her, and Mr. Bell will not be the one to care for her, and it appears that there is separate residences available. I would ask, even though the victim, our victim representative indicated further contact, I would still suggest no contact.
Thank you. Defense?
Judge, I agree that pretrial services is appropriate here. If there is some conflict over contact, maybe that contact would be, at the only available through text message or through a somewhat secure manner.
Thank you. I'm kind of agreeing on the pretrial services report, and but as well as on the no contact, I'm not going to try to muddy the waters with limited contact, though. If Mr. Bell, you and your attorneys want to try to get some sort of a halfway mark of communication via some alternative means, that's certainly your right to request that of the court over supervising your case. I will release you to the supervision of pretrial services. I'm going to order that you not be under the monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. Just so you know, sir, pretrial services is an arm of the court. They are designated and designed to help folks make sure that they are complying with conditions of release as set by the court and to make sure they're attending all hearings. So basically, if they call you and tell you you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. And again, I am going to order the no contact with the alleged victim to include going to where they work or live. Your preliminary hearing date will be December the 17th at 1:30 in the afternoon. So you'll be released later this afternoon. You need to contact your attorneys and pretrial services as soon as possible and stay in contact with them, and otherwise do not miss any hearings in your case. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Where's the money truck? It's not here.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Joshua Franklin Lee Bennett, 11/24/85.
Thank you, Bennett. Good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You appear to have a couple matters going on.
Your Honor, I'm supposed to go to a rehab on Tuesday. Just that you know, you heads up.
Thank you.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Reminder, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office. Well, the attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns or something you want to tell me, talk with her first. Okay.
Okay.
On your first matter of possession of narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia, the state is moving to dismiss without prejudice. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm assuming no objection from defense?
No objection, Judge.
All right. Mr. Bennett, you had previously had a felony complaint alleging possession of narcotic drug and drug paraphernalia. The state is moving to dismiss without prejudice, meaning that they can bring it back if they so choose. I'm going to grant that motion, so you will not be held on that matter going forward. You do have a second matter, or a second set of cases in the Pima County the Tucson City Court, excuse me. These relate to charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, driving on a suspended license, and misdemeanor theft. On that matter, since you're not being held on any other case, I'm going to set a hearing for you on January the 5th at 2:30 in front of Judge Cranshaw at the City Court. If I release you from custody, we promise me you'll appear at that hearing, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Then I'll release you on your promise.
I have a question.
I'm going to order you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not drive without a valid license. So you know, sir, if you are going to be going to a residential drug treatment facility, you still need to attend all your hearings.
That's fine. I'll be allowed to.
So you need to communicate with the treatment facility that you do need to be excused, or contact the court to report any sort of conflicts. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest, and you can end up right back in custody. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. That's all I have for you. You're excused. Good morning. Can you please tell
Good
me your
morning,
full name and
sir.
date of birth?
Ernesto Davila, December 22nd, 1994.
Mr. Davila, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on felony charges of being a prohibited possessor in possession of a firearm, criminal trespass in the first degree, and unlawful flight from law enforcement, all allegedly occurring yesterday. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be helping you in this matter, so if you have any questions or concerns or something you want to say to me, please talk with your attorney first, okay? I've reviewed the interim complaint and the pretrial services report. I do know Mr. Davila was on release or is on release in a separate felony criminal matter, CR 2025-5502, where he was released to the supervision of pretrial services.
What is this new?
The state is requesting Mr. Davila be held no bond. Is that correct?
That is, Your Honor, and I have an administrating that. The standard is that it's set within 5 calendar days. I don't know if Your Honor is aware, but tomorrow, Friday, is a county holiday. So the county attorney's office, public defender's office, and Pima County Superior Court are all out of session. If we were to set it within 5 calendar days, it would end up on Tuesday, which leaves 1 business day for all parties to be prepared if the hearing goes forward. I'm kindly asking that you set it for the 3rd so that all parties at least have 2 business days to consider and prepare.
Okay. Defense?
Judge, I have concerns over whether Mr. Davila was on release. The initial appearance initially was set for October 8th, which means his preliminary hearing date would have been October 28th. And it seems unlikely to me that his initial arraignment would have been set so late to be November 26th. Even if someone is out of custody, it's uncommon for that to be more than a week or two after the preliminary hearing date. So, and Mr. Davila is indicating to me that this case was dismissed. So I believe this case was dismissed and refiled, which means he would not have been on release when these new allegations occurred.
I can respond if Your Honor would like.
1 second, let me just pull something up here.
You got a job.
Let's see, I see here court order entered by Judge Griffin, dated November the 19th. CR 2025-5502-001. It is ordered to sign in this case Division 12, Honorable Danielle Constant. Defendant Ernesto Davila being currently released to pretrial services. It is ordered continuing the conditions of release with notice of supervening indictment to issue, returnable at 1 p.m. on Wednesday, November the 26th, 2025. The court accepts the filing of the attached allegations. Signed by Judge Griffin. So, I'm sorry, County Attorney.
Yeah, so what happened is he was initially sent to steps. And so that's why the initial PH date was set so far out because it was waived per the procedure. However, upon review for whether or not the state was going to offer steps diversion, the state did not offer steps diversion, so it proceeded to indictment. So it was never dismissed. Perhaps the steps proceeding may have been, quote, dismissed, but the case was never dismissed. So that explains why the original PH was set out so far and why the arraignment was set out so far.
Defense, give you the last word. On that.
Yeah, I understand, Judge. The computer here at the jail is very locked down, so I didn't have access to look into that information. So thank you. Yes, in that case, yes, I would ask that the no bond be as soon as possible. Given the holidays, I think we can go out one more extra day to the 3rd.
Okay.
So I can be released.
All right. All right, then by the stipulation of the parties, I will set the no bond hearing to December the 3rd at 2:30 in the afternoon. Oh, I'm sorry. 1:30, excuse me. So that's going to be December the 3rd at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Judge, I'm sorry, I might have missed an update. I think the no bond hearings are still on the 2:30 calendar, unless I missed an update.
1 second. Clerk informed me that the effective December 1st, they're changing to 1:30.
Ah, okay.
All right. And I'll set the preliminary hearing for December the 8th at 1:30. So again, no bond hearing December the 3rd, preliminary hearing December the 8th. All right, Mr. Avila, unfortunately, given your circumstances, you're going to be held in custody pending some additional hearings. Please cooperate with your attorneys so you can be prepared for those next steps, and good luck. Yes. You too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Got
Guerrero, did we get a state's recommendation? Thank you. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Morning, Your Honor. My full name is Sergio Antonio Aro Jr. My date of birth is 02/18/2004.
Mr. Addo, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on a single felony charge of discharging a firearm within city limits, allegedly occurring yesterday. To remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing you to the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, I've reviewed the interim complaint, pretrial services report, and the state's recommendation. Just noting for the record, there's no other holds for Mr. Otto. Their pretrial services had him rated as a 2 and a 1, and I don't see any felony criminal history. The state's recommendation was for pretrial services supervision with the addition of a no firearms, no alcohol prohibition. Anything else to add from the state?
That is correct, but did I mishear you? Did you say there is a hold or there's not a hold?
No hold. There were no other holds.
Okay.
For pretrial services.
Thank you. That remains my recommendation then.
Okay. All right. Spence, I'm inclined to agree. Any comment?
I agree, Judge.
All right, then, Mr. Otto, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services, which is an arm of the court designated to help folks comply with conditions of release and make sure they're meeting all of their court dates. So when I say I'm releasing you to their supervision, if they call you and tell you you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply with that. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to order that you not possess any firearms or weapons during the pendency of this case. And if you have any firearms in your possession, you need to surrender those to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And last, I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for you. That'll be December the 17th at 1:30 in the afternoon. So, sir, you're going to be released later today. Please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorneys and stay in contact with both of them. And do not miss any hearings in your case so that you don't end up right back where you are. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Everything's good.
Thank you. You too.
Jacobson?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Renee Jacobson. My date of birth is 06/27/1972.
All right. Ms. Jacobson, good morning. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on charges of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia allegedly occurring yesterday. Just to remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. I've reviewed the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report. I do note there was a probation violation warrant issued by the U.S. District Court, and there's a federal probation hold. Ms. Jacobs was a 3 and a 3 on the NCAA FTA scales, was deemed steps diversion eligible. I do note there's 4 prior felony convictions, including for drug offenses, and 1 pending, which I believe relates to the probation hold from federal probation. State's moving to dismiss without prejudice. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. It's under our threshold.
Okay. Defense, any objection to that?
No objection, Judge.
Okay. Then, Ms. Jacobson, you're going to be released from custody. So the state is asking to dismiss your case without prejudice, which means they could bring it back if they so choose. But for now, they have asked to dismiss, and I'm going to grant that motion. I'll relieve the legal defender's office from representation. You'll be released from county custody. However, given your federal hold, you may be transported simply from one facility to the other. But for now, your county matter is going to be dismissed, and that's all we have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Close.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Person Abbas, last name Jonush.
And your date of birth?
January 10, 1956.
All right, Mr. Janush, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on charges of possession of a narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of narcotic drug with intent to distribute. Or possession of narcotic drug for sale. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be helping you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. I've taken a look at the interim complaint, the pretrial services reports, and the state's recommendation. Mr. Janush didn't have any other holds noted. He was a 1 and a 2 on the NCAA FTA scales. Did have community ties verified and no criminal history. State's recommendation is for pretrial services release. Anything else to add?
That's correct. That's correct, and no, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Defense, I'm inclined to agree.
No objections from me, Judge.
All right. Mr. Noosh, I'm going to release you from custody today and put you under the supervision of pretrial services, which is an arm of the court designed to help folks make sure they're attending all hearings and complying with all conditions of release. So if they call you and tell you you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply with them. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes, I do.
All right. And I'll again release you to their supervision, direct you to submit to any monitoring or treatment as they direct. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'll set your preliminary hearing for December the 17th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thanks, sir. You're excused.
Thank you.
Oh, your attorney, my dear.
Okay, so, Mr. Lopez?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Michael Martin Lopez Rosas, 11/16/1989.
Thanks, sir. Good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on charges of possession of a narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, resisting arrest, and possession of drug paraphernalia. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, I've taken a look at there were 2 interim complaints filed. I'm not exactly sure why, but they both relate to the same incident, same arresting officer, same agency number. And so I'm treating these as a single filing, but I reviewed those. I will note, and both counsel, while I did find probable cause to sustain all other charges, the interim complaint the information contained related to the drug paraphernalia charge appears to me to be lacking in any detail or specificity such that I could find that there is probable cause to sustain that charge. I'll give both parties an opportunity to argue that matter, but suffice to say, I've reviewed the interim complaints. I did find probable cause for all but that one single charge. I don't note any other holds or statuses for Mr. Lopez Rojas. He was rated a 4 and a 3 on the NCAA FTA scales. He did have housing confirmed with a relative. And I do see 2 prior felony convictions, one from 2008 and the more recent from 2019. The state's recommendation is for $10,000 bond. Anything else to add from? I'm sorry, I'll give a chance to comment on the paraphernalia charge if you wish, as well as on the conditions of release.
Yes, Your Honor. So I'll address the probable cause first. Given that you have determined probable cause for the other charges, I have no position on the paraphernalia, or I guess no objection or argument. With regard to the state's recommendation, what I would note or highlight for the court is that he has 2 prior felony convictions, and one is kind of old. But when you look at the history of those 2 convictions, they both resulted in probation violations. And it appears the first one, from what I can infer, is a negative termination, but the second one, he was revoked and sent to prison. And so what that demonstrates is that he is unlikely to comply with court orders if he cannot comply with probation conditions. In addition to that, under the facts of the case, which the officers highlighted because they have requested a higher bond, and what they have highlighted is that not only when in their interaction with him, he could not comply with their orders. And it sounds like he tried to flee across 4 lanes of traffic in the middle of the day. An officer was injured. So this wasn't just, I think it's charged as a class 6 resisting arrest. There is a lot more to it than this. So I ask you to take that into consideration. And then the nature of the circumstances of the offense, including that he was possessing a weapon while he was prohibited possessor, presents a danger to the community. And so I'm asking that he be held, and the state is recommending the 10,000.
Thank you. Defense?
Judge, I agree that there is no probable cause for that one charge. Unfortunately, since we can't really separate out the release conditions and release him ROR on one charge alone, I would ask that he be either released to pretrial services or that there be a lower bond reflecting that. I'll also note that Mr. Lopez Rosas has no recent failures to appear. He successfully completed his parole recently. He is a lifelong resident. He is employed full-time as a dryer. He lives with his brother, so he does have strong community ties such that his assurance can be confirmed at court. For those reasons, Judge, I would ask for pretrial release or a more nominal bond in his case.
Thank you. I do have concerns about failing to appear, possible failure to appear based on the criminal history as well as the facts underlying. I'm going to set a $7,500 cash secured bond and order pretrial services supervision if the bond is posted. I'll order Mr. Lopez Rojas to not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, not possess any firearms or weapons. I will note that I did not find probable cause related to the drug paraphernalia charge. However, as defense noted, I can't bifurcate that, so all conditions I previously stated will apply regardless of that. The preliminary hearing will be set for October the 8th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Your Honor, did you say October 8th?
Oh, excuse me, December the 8th. December the 8th at 1:30. Thank you. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Mr. Pichardo?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Aaron Pichardo, 3/12/98.
Machado, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on 2 different matters. The first is a felony warrant issued by Judge Sue Canaster, Pima County Superior Court, related to charges of possession of a narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, and DUI, allegedly occurring in June of 2024. And the second is a misdemeanor charge of shoplifting from yesterday, filed in the Pima County Justice Court. I just remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. All right, on the I reviewed the pretrial services report. Don't note any other matters for Mr. Pichardo, except for the warrant I just mentioned. He was rated a 4 and a 5 on the NCAA FTA scales. The warrant does appear to have been a refiled matter following the case being dismissed in June of last year. The summons was mailed to a general delivery. And Mr. Pichardo indicated he wasn't aware of the missed court date or the warrant. Didn't have community ties verified through a third party, but there were ties alleged. going back at least the last 3 years, and there were one prior felony conviction. And the second relates to the warrant that we're currently considering. State's recommendation was for pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Your Honor, normally I would ask that the court honor the Superior Court's warrant, but given that it was a refile mailed to general delivery, the state is willing to give a second chance.
Defense, I'm inclined to agree. Any additional comment?
No, Judge, I agree as well.
All right, Mr. Pichardo, on your felony matter, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. They are going to help you get to any court dates and make sure you're complying with all of my conditions. So you'll be under their supervision for the time being. I'm going to order that you not possess any alcohol or illegal drugs and that you not drive without a valid license. And I'm going to set an arraignment date for you. That's going to be December the 4th at 1:30 at the Pima County Superior Court. On your misdemeanor matter, I'm going to set a separate hearing for you. That'll be December the 8th at 8:30 a.m. in front of Judge Victoria Steele at the Pima County Justice Court, just down the street from the Superior Court. That'll be an arraignment. I'm not going to hold you on this matter. Since I'm not holding you on the other, but I am going to order that you not return to the incident location or contact any alleged victims. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, sir. And that's all we have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Richard.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jose Angel Richard Jimenez,
And your date of birth, sir?
July 27th, 1985.
All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Richards, you're being seen here this morning based on a warrant issued by the Maricopa County Superior Court. This relates to charges of failing to appear, felony counts of fraud schemes, theft by misrepresentation, and making false statements to obtain benefits. This warrant looks like this warrant was issued earlier this month. However, it does seem you've had some history with this, failing to appear on it before, and you were previously arrested on it. Actually, you were previously arrested on it last month, and this court in the pretrial services failed to appear on it as of November the 17th. All right, sir. Not sure what's happening there, but I'm going to go ahead and honor, given the facts, I'm going to go ahead and honor the warrant amount, which is $1,250 cash. I'll set a review hearing for you for December the 29th at 8 a.m. That's just so we can make sure your case is being disposed of. We'll let Maricopa County know that you're in our custody so they can transport you to hopefully resolve this matter up in Phoenix. But for now, I'm going to hold you on that bond. If you do end up posting that bond, you do need to contact the Maricopa County Superior Court so you can resolve this matter. But otherwise, you'll have the review hearing, but hopefully we won't need it. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Mr. Bear.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning, Your Honor. It's Monica Luna Rivera, 3/29/1968.
Ms. Rivera, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a felony charge of aggravated domestic violence, allegedly occurring yesterday. Just remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes, John.
I did previously review the interim complaint in this matter. I haven't had a chance to review the pretrial services report, so I'm just going to take a minute to look at that. Okay. Just read through the pretrial services report. Do you have the state's recommendation or no? Okay, we'll just take care of it. All right, just for the record, do note that Ms. Rivera appears to be on misdemeanor probation for a domestic violence offense. She was rated a 6 and a 4 on the NCAA scales. I don't see a Form 4C in the file, but do take note of PSA scores. Do note that there are also active misdemeanor cases, as well as an order of protection involving the same alleged victim. Victim input couldn't be solicited. Only and attempts to contact Mr. Rivera's community reference were unsuccessful. Also note 2 prior felony convictions from 2007 and 2015, which did include probation violation, instances of probation violation, and then seven prior misdemeanor domestic violence convictions dating back from 1999 to the most recent in July of this year, with probation scheduled to terminate in September of 2028. I know the state was in a similar situation of not being able to review the pretrial services report until just recently. So give Summers an opportunity to make a recommendation on the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. And hopefully the clerk, Ms. Wiggins, I did send my recommendation. It was a little bit late and it is on the cloud. So hopefully it will make it to the court file eventually. But Your Honor, the state is recommending that Ms. Rivera be held on a $25,000 bond. I'm noting that she has multiple prior misdemeanor DV convictions, including the 2 within just the last few months with the same victim and same circumstances. Your Honor had made a note about there not being a Form 4C. Just to clarify, in this case, the listed victim is her brother. And so Form 4 is just for intimate partners. So we're not going to, that information just won't apply in this case. She does have the prior felony convictions. She has the scores of 6 and 4 in the risk assessment tool. I'm also noting that she has 2 prior probation revocations. It's from when she was on misdemeanor DV probation at some point. And in this particular case, she was at the home in violation of an order of protection. And the state is concerned also that she based on the information in the pretrial services report, it doesn't appear she has a residence apart from the listed victim and has also been living at the residence in violation of the order of protection and the conditions of release. And I know from experience, sometimes there's an argument that, the victim maybe let her be there, or somebody else maybe let her be there. But regardless of that, the order of protection is a court order. And I, again, do believe the conditions of release, but I can't say for sure. That's just an inference based on the recent misdemeanor activity, would prohibit her from being there as well. So in order to prevent further incidents from happening, I think that this only solution to that right now is that she be held, and the state's recommending 25,000.
Thank you. And defense.
Your Honor, I would ask for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond for Ms. Rivera. I'll note that she has no recent failures to appear. She is a lifelong resident of Tucson and is disabled. I did speak with her, and she does have housing separate from the victim. She has housing available with different family members or friends if needed. She is also enrolled with La Frontera to do domestic violence courses. So she does have those things in place so that she can get started on working through that. For those reasons, Judge, and she is also presumed innocent until proven guilty. I would ask for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond for her case.
Thank you. Given the pretty extensive criminal history, I do have concerns about for the victim's safety as well as for the failure to appear, potential failure to appear. I'm going to impose a $10,000 cash secured bond order that Ms. Rivera be under the supervision of pretrial services if bond is posted. I will order no contact of any kind with the alleged victim to include going to where they work or live. And I'll set the preliminary hearing for December 8th. December 8th at 1:30. All right, ma'am. Thank you very much. That's all I have for you. You're excused. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
It's Jerome Stevenson, date of birth 5/31/1965.
Mr. Stevenson, good morning. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Leanne Rhodes of the Pima County Superior Court from July of 2017.
What are you doing?
Charges of felony DUI, two charges of felony DUI, allegedly occurring on January 28th of 2017. I should remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, concerns, anything you want to say out loud, please talk with her first, okay? All right. I reviewed the warrant. Pretrial services didn't have any holds or warrants for Mr. Stevenson. He was rated a 4 and a 3 on the NCFTA scales. This does appear to be a refiled matter. There was a notation that was mailed to a North La Cañada address in June of 2017. No, it appears Mr. Stevenson's current address differs from that. State's recommendation, I'm sorry, and there were seven prior felony convictions from 1987, with most recently being in 2020. Several of those appear to be from out of state. And there were two misdemeanor cases, both from out of state. All right. State's recommendation is for pretrial services release. Anything else to add from the state?
Under, usual circumstances, I would ask that the Superior Court warrant be honored. However, these circumstances are a little bit different due to the age of the case. Also, I don't think counsel and Your Honor are privy to the facts because it's not a complaint. But I will let you know that it is a non-victim case. It's a standard quote DUI. And so it's for those reasons that I'm recommending pretrial services. Because of the age, under other circumstances based on his criminal history, I would recommend that the bond be imposed. I am, especially since it appears he committed a very similar offense in Michigan after this offense. However, I am recommending pretrial services with the additional recommendation, though it looks like he has a lot of ties to Michigan. And perhaps maybe goes back and forth. So with the order, which I think is standard, but confirmation that he needs to stay in Arizona. And I'm also suggesting, if he's on pretrial services, the alcohol monitoring.
Defense?
Judge, I agree that pretrial services release is appropriate. However, I am asking that he be allowed to go to Michigan at least one time. He does have surgery scheduled on December 3rd. This is a pretty important pre-scheduled neck surgery that he needs to have. He has a doctor who he has a history with who is going to perform that surgery on December 3rd in Michigan. I ask that he be allowed to leave Arizona for that purpose. And he did recently purchase land here in Arizona, so he does have strong incentive to return. And he can check in with pretrial services, give them calls while he is in Michigan, and then upon his return.
All right. I will release Mr. Stevenson to pretrial services. A standard condition of release is that the defendant not leave the state without permission. Without any sort of evidence or proof in front of me of this scheduled surgery or any other medical procedures, I don't feel comfortable authorizing that permission preemptively. So, Mr. Stevenson, if after you are released, you contact pretrial services and can't provide that information to them, to your counsel, and they can make a request to the assigned judge in your case, then you may be able to travel outside of the state for purposes of medical treatment. Again, simply going off of, this bare information without any sort of documentation is just not something I'm comfortable doing at this point. So standard conditions of release will apply, which will include remaining in the state with, unless permission is granted by the court. Again, I am going to release Mr. Stevenson to supervision of pretrial services. Order monitoring and treatment as directed. I will order that Mr. Stevenson, you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not drive without a valid license. And I'm going to schedule your arraignment for December the 4th at 1:30.
Judge, would there be any way to allow the travel only as long as he provides pretrial services, that documentation before leaving? With the time frame and with the holiday, there just won't be time to file a gap motion and have it heard. But if he can maybe provide that documentation before leaving, would that be acceptable?
I have a proposal as well, an alternative proposal.
Go right ahead.
My proposal, I don't know when his plane ticket is, but my proposal is that we accelerate the arraignment to December 2nd. So that his request can be heard on December 2nd. It's a non-victim case, so we don't have that issue. My primary concern is letting him travel without him being arraigned, because then we might end up in the same situation again. If we can get him arraigned, then the state's concerns are slightly lessened. So my proposal is December 2nd for an arraignment.
If I can just have a moment to check when his estimated leaving is. Judge, it looks like his estimated time of being gone from the state is December 1st in the morning through December 4th. At some point, I'm not sure when, he doesn't have the information in front of him at this point. But he does have documentation that he can submit as soon as he is released from custody.
Okay. All right. My only concern here is, and I do share the state's concern that Mr. Stevenson traveling prior to an arraignment does presents a potential challenge for the state in prosecuting an already 7-year-old case. Just trying to confirm the next most expedited or the next available arraignment date. All right. Just appear there conducting works. So I will set the arraignment date for Monday the 1st at 1:30. Mr. Stevenson, you're going to need to provide proof of all right. So I'll set the arraignment more expedited for this coming Monday, the 1st, 1:30. Those previous conditions I set will hold. And Mr. Stevenson, you're going to need to provide court with proof of the need to travel out of state at the time of your arraignment.
So,
All right. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Tanya Faye Thomas. My date of birth is 6/20 of 1980.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. Good morning. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on two matters. The first is a warrant issued for your arrest by Judge Jonetta Estrada from the Bernalillo County Court in New Mexico. Relates to a charge of receiving a transfer in a stolen motor vehicle on or about August 10th of this year, excuse me. And the second is a case in the 70th Municipal Court related to two misdemeanor charges of obstruction of justice and operating a mechanism while in a vehicle unattended. Just a reminder, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on your felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. I reviewed the warrant for Ms. Thomas and the interim complaint, as well as the new charges. Do note that the warrant sworn out from Judge Estrada state that this is a no bond hold. However, again, the charge as listed is receiving a transfer in stolen motor vehicle. I think the analogous charge in the state of Arizona would be bailable as a matter of right, and I don't see any indication here that this was a post-adjudication warrant. Pretrial services didn't have any other holds for Ms. Thomas other than what I was just noted. It was rated 5 on a 6 on the NCFDA scales. Was previously arrested and released pretrial services on this matter in August and failed to attend a status conference on September the 8th. And there are three felony matters noted. One of them is in-state from 2021, Pinal County. The other two appear to be New Mexico cases. One related to the warrant, the other perhaps a separate matter. I'm sorry, it's the same matter, excuse me. The state's recommendation is for $100,000 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Judge. So the reason that my bond recommendation may seem inconsistent with the nature of the charges is that I agree with Your Honor that under Arizona law, we don't have a mechanism to hold her without bond at this moment per the New Mexico warrants request. She's not post adjudication. None of the other factors apply or reasons apply for us to hold her no bond. However, New Mexico has asked other jurisdictions has asked us to hold her no bond. And so even though we cannot, I think that we should still effectuate the intent of what they are asking other jurisdictions to do. And she, I'm sorry, in this case, she failed to appear for status conferences. The cases were active and going. This isn't a case of, well, they're active and going. The other thing that I'm noting is that, and I'm only basing this on the charges, I don't have the information for the misdemeanor arrest today, but based on those charges, it looks like she was untruthful with law enforcement, which further lends to her evading court process and detection of the warrant. So even though, again, 100,000 may be inconsistent with what we might do here if she was arrested for theft of means, there are other circumstances I think it's appropriate and to honor our sister state's request.
Thank you. Defense.
Judge, before I make my argument, just a procedural question. My understanding is that generally fugitive cases go to the legal defender office.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. That's my mistake. I'll appoint the legal defender's office on that matter. Thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you, Judge. And as far as my argument for release, Judge, I would ask for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond in her case. I'll note that she has no violent criminal history. This current offense is not violent. She has no felony priors. It looks like her prior was designated a misdemeanor. She is currently homeless and unemployed. Any bond would have the impact of holding her in custody. And so I think $100,000 is not the least onerous condition that would secure her appearance in court. So, Judge, for those reasons, I would ask for pretrial release or a much more nominal bond in her case.
All right, thank you. Given the procedural facts, I do have a significant concern about failing to appear potential. I will impose a $15,000 cash bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll schedule a fugitive warrant hearing for Tuesday the 2nd, so December the 2nd at 2:30, 1:30 in the afternoon. And on the Saudita matter, I'll schedule a hearing for January the 6th at 8:30 in the morning. I'm going to appoint Mr. Brent Cicero to represent Ms. Thomas. Actually, I'm going to impose a bond for time credit purposes in case that is appropriate. And I'm scheduling a more expedited hearing. This will be on the 2nd at 3 in the afternoon, so we can have everything resolved hopefully on the same day. Though I will note for the for Saudi, magistrate that Ms. Thomas is being held on not a county warrant.
Doesn't say it here.
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Thomas, that's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Your Honor, what was the bond amount set for the Sarita case?
Sorry, $200. Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, you get the bag. That's your bag. Well, again, when I get out, yeah, you grab your bag. So you want me to bring it up here? Yes, grab your bag. Oh, this thing like a mess, brother. Anything when I get it, grab your bag. What? And make sure I'm a mess.
All right, sorry, Your Honor.
Well, good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Josiah Wyndham, Thomas Wyndham,
And your date of birth?
07/31/2002.
Mr. Wyndham, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on a felony charge of possession of a narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring yesterday. You also have a warrant from the Copper Corridor Justice Court in Oracle relating to a charge of criminal littering. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on your felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, I've reviewed the interim complaint, pretrial services report. Mr. Wyndham was rated a 1 on a 1 on the NCAA scales and deemed steps diversion eligible and had no felony criminal history. And no other holds or warrants other than what I just mentioned. State recommended pretrial services supervision and steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Defense, I'm inclined to agree. Do you need a moment to talk with your client about the possibility of steps?
Yes, Your Honor, if I just have one moment.
Word it.
Yeah.
Your Honor, he is interested in the steps diversion program, seeing if he is eligible. So I agree that pretrial release would be appropriate, and we will waive time on the preliminary hearing date.
Thank you. Mr. Wyndham, I'm going to release you from the supervision of the pretrial services division of the Superior Court. I'm going to order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment as they direct for you, and to include no alcohol or drugs in your possession. I'm going to set the steps court evaluation hearing so that you can hopefully have this matter disposed of without having to consider a plea or a trial. That hearing is going to be December 4th at 9 a.m. at the Pima County Superior Court. If that, for whatever reason, doesn't end successfully, your preliminary hearing date will be January the 12th at 1:30.
Okay. Sounds good.
And on your out-of-county matter, I will release you on that and order you to appear at the Oracle Justice Court on January the 7th at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Thanks, sir. That's all I have to do. You're excused.
All right. Thank you very much. Sorry. You're very much invited to come here and pick me up. So. You want me to get first?
And I think that should be the last of the felony matters. So, Jill, do we still have Mr. Fernandez Trujillo coming up?
Judge, may I be excused, Your Honor?
So do we have Mr. Hernandez Trujillo coming up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, great. Since this is a misdemeanor, I'll excuse counsel for both defense and the state. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Axel Harim Hernandez Trujillo.
Hello.
6/24/97.
Thank you very much, Mr. Trujillo. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on the charge of misdemeanor assault allegedly occurring yesterday evening. I just remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You just take a look here. Okay. All right, Mr. Trujillo, doesn't appear you're being held on any other matter here, so I don't see a reason why I should hold you. All right, sir, I'm going to schedule a hearing for you. It's called an arraignment. This is where you're going to be formally advised of your charges, and you'll have potentially counsel appointed for you. That hearing is going to be on December the 8th at 8:30 in the morning at the Pima County Justice Court. Do you know where that is?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Your Honor.
If I release you from custody, will you promise you will appear at that hearing on the 8th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then I will release you on your promise. Again, that hearing is going to be on December 8th at 8:30 in the morning at the Pima County Justice Court in front of Judge Victoria Steele. You'll get a copy of the order from this hearing, letting you know what the date and time is, as well as the address. I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. Do you reside with the alleged victim, Mr. McKinney?
No, sir.
Okay, good.
No,
So bottom line, just stay away. Do not contact them either directly or by third party, either in person or via text, email, anything like that, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then you'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend all your hearings, and good luck. Thank you.